Well, how about that? And, well, brave Canada, so nearly just a whisker away from a first Cup semi-final, but they certainly did themselves proud. So who will Samoa play now? It's one of these two in the Cup semi-final, the meeting of South Africa and Fiji. Well, they're really very well balanced in the history of their meetings. Very significant at the moment is it's very, very wet out there. You may not see it, but it's actually quite a downpour in a way. Conditions could be very significant. I just wonder, you know, I wouldn't say these are ideal conditions for a slick, fast-running style like South Africa. And I also wonder whether Fiji might revert to a more physical encounter. They've been very inconsistent this season and really don't know what to expect. They were brilliant in the Gold Coast when they won that title start of this season, but there's only 4 of them left in that side. So we will see. Referee is Anthony Moyes. Quick thought from John Macbeth.
Well, if you're going to have a physical encounter, then you would rate Fiji, wouldn't you? Because they are right up to that. They've started to improve. They've got better and better in this tournament. Can they go all the way?
Well, they've got the big men up front, Kalu, Thakau, particularly, but new men. Kalu's new, of course, on 7s, and Botia. But the real experience is Thakau and Musango Kolonisau against Frankie Horn, Kyle Brown, the slim control of the captain, and of course the key ingredient maybe Cecil Africa. But immediately, this is Kyle Brown. Terrific run up the field. Frankie Horn there. Well, it's just such a key influence.
Ruck, no hands.
Just think when he's been absent, how they've missed him. The ball winner, Anthony Moyes from Australia, already has been a Cup final referee twice.
Play each other so often in the HSBC series, and yet every game produces something different as subtle changes are made to selections. Players not quite as well known come into it. These experienced coaches such as Paul True just pull something out of the bag, but it all comes down to these players being able to handle these conditions. And we've seen a lot of mistakes, handling mistakes so far in the games, but they've looked good so far.
Well, just for the record, it's the 50th meeting between these two, and Fiji have won 27 of them, so it's been very, very close time and again. Well, South Africa got all their men up front, all 8. That's including the referee. They've got a penalty out of it as well. Well, they've certainly introduced some very interesting tactics with Paul True. And there was the game back end of last season when they actually had the 7-man line out.
Yeah, well, they're going to do it again, Nigel. I think they're wanting to try and outmuscle the Fijians. And then you've been using Kyle Brown as well. He's their go-to guy from the line-out and from the kick-off.
Africa is the scrum half, but it's broken down, you see. It's a slippery ball. It's a difficult day to do it. Kolonisau is wide. Africa is marking him. Doesn't need him. Oh, it's nearly an interception, but they're taken on by Thakau. Setapano Thakau, he loves running through people, not round them. Kolonisau again. Nearly the break. That's Nemoni Nambusa. It's wet down there, isn't it, Willie?
Yeah, it really is, and it's just starting to fall again. The skills of these players is unbelievable in these conditions, and Fiji showing just how dangerous they are in their own half. Here, the breakout. I mean, I thought Thakau was going to go all the way as well. Great defence from du Preez.
You see, they vowed at the start of this season they were going to attack and do nothing but attack and not go into contact, and they were going to run from their own goal line. In these conditions, I think you have to think about it again.
Without doubt. Yep, exactly.
Scrummage, Franco du Preez to Africa. This is Stephen Hunt out wide. Slips through one tackle. Hard to hang on with the slippery ball and the slippery player, so to speak, and knocked on by Frankie. Actually, that did go forward from Frankie Horn. Very influential captain here, keeps them cool. Now the young Cornel Hendricks, only in his second tournament. Knock on by Fiji.
Didn't we see yesterday against Wales, and we talk about it, Nigel, and the way Fiji are able to smother the opposition, suffocate the opposition, I think we said when they have the ball, and we saw that right there where it was the old Fiji tactic. They did it so well years ago, getting right into the faces of the opposition, not allowing them any breathing space at all.
Yeah, they close them down. Du Preez to Africa. Not a bad tactic. Is it going to stay in play? It's in the in-goal area, but Emosi Buthango is corner flagging like a good scrum half.
22.
Now watch this, because Fiji have got a lot of South Africans who are up chasing that ball.
Oh, and a penalty obstruction given against Hendricks. Yep.
Marks in the middle.
Got to take it in the middle then, right. So it's with Talebula. Plays all sorts of positions. He does. He can be a rover, fly half. One of the new boys. It's extraordinary, isn't it? They won the first opening tournament of this season. There's only 4 of them left. 3 of them in the starting lineup only here. The turnover makes it more difficult, I think. Whereas South Africa, very, very accustomed group. Work as a team, familiar with each other. Tense moments here. No score. 5 minutes gone. This is the cup quarter-final. Winners to play Samoa.
Marks here.
Quickly taken. Free kick to Fiji. Much more direct in this game.
No.
Set back by Nangusa. Bit of a difficult option, a little chip through, and the conditions like this. Mind you, it's difficult for the defence to pick it up as for the man in the attack.
Playing the line-up.
Yes, you're right. We've talked about it. That there's been a lot more kicking today, and it is difficult, and we've seen a couple of the Fijians lose their footing as the opposition have tried to sidestep them. So there's that to take into account when you're turning the opposition around quickly.
Branco du Preez. Remember seeing those 2, Africa and Branco du Preez, in the under-20s 15 Junior World Cup. Now, absolutely key brilliance in the midfield. Branco du Preez, though, playing the inside half. Not forward. These little moments.
Great pressure coming from the new man for Fiji too, Nigel. Seko Kalau
Yes.
is the biggest player that ever in Fiji. I think 6'8" is what he's done in the program. He had 112 kilos.
Did you see him in the World Cup when he was here in the 15s?
Yeah, I did.
Powerful man.
Big man.
You know, perhaps not yet fully attuned to sevens. But as you say, making an early impact here. Goes wide this time to Talebula, into the hands of Thakau.
Slippery again, losing his footing.
No one's looking comfortable at the moment. No fluency on either side, and already 7 minutes is up. They'll play the scrummage though. It's 0-0 here. Difficult conditions which are dominating the game really.
The previous scrum, South Africa really put the heat on Fiji, and du Preez almost snared the ball. Let's see what happens this time.
What odds
Good
on
attacking opportunity.
What odds on the tango going right? Well, it won't get a ball though. It's not gone through. Reset the scrum. It's a very wide blind side here.
Both of you on this
he's
side,
so quick off the mark.
please.
Is Emosi Buthango. I'm sure he must be tempted by it. Who wouldn't be?
Pause.
Looks a mismatch too when you view his opponent.
There he goes. And does it as a dummy. Back to Colony Sao. Plenty of cover on the left, but they come now with a big tackle. That was a big tackle from Kyle Brown. It's a bounce. Has it gone forward? No, it hasn't. It's going to be the opening try, is it not? Wonderful cover on the tackle of Talebula by Stephen Hunt. Thought he was home and hosed on the half-time, but no, great cover. Stephen Hunt kept his cool and kept out Fiji for an opening try. When did you last see Fiji and their opposition no points at half-time?
Well, this seems to have been a very quick 7 minutes. It's been an intriguing battle, and you're right, it did appear as though he was going to get there with Buthango, but that was a fantastic defence by Stephen Hunt as he gets to his feet, looks at the board, as we all do, and it says at half-time, South Africa 0, Fiji 0.
Give me the news, I got a bad case of loving
Well, it's a great contest between these two. The anxious face as ever of Paul True. South Africa, they were cup finals in the last tournament in Port Elizabeth, losing in a wonderful final against New Zealand, 26-31. How frustrating is that? They were in the plate final in Dubai and they were third in the Gold Coast. Well, one thing that South Africa have wanted is a win in Wellington. It's 10 years ago since they won the Wellington title.
No huddle for Fiji. They're out there ready to go.
2 years ago, it was Fiji versus Samoa in the cup final of Wellington. Fiji won it. And there's an unlucky guy. Got to have an operation on his leg, Toby Arnold. But, well, he's taking it on the chin and he'll be bounced back. He's played so well, particularly last season. I thought he was a key ingredient in New Zealand's success in winning the championship. Well, here's a fascinating one. 7 minutes to go, no score. Took place in the cup semi. Restart by South Africa and recovered well. That epitomises a good restart kick. Nicely out to Branko de Prier and across wide into the corner goes Hendricks. There is the first try or not. Will there be a discussion here between the touch judges and the referee? Cornel Hendricks is celebrating. Played his first tournament, the last one. Let's hear.
Okay, I thought a try, so you didn't see a knock on?
No knock on.
No knock on? Okay.
It's a try. No knock on is said by both of them. The lady touched. No, it's good. That's fine. Good judgments, and they have to do it instantly. The in-goal touch judge there.
Okay.
No, he's got it. Well, that's a different angle.
But if you were the touch judge in goal there, Nigel, and saw it from their angle, that was definitely a try. I think
so.
Yep. And
it is anyway.
Yeah, it is anyway. It doesn't matter. 5-0, South Africa lead.
The conversion was awry.
It came from the start of the second half, and South Africa were able to get the ball on. I think that was Hendricks himself who scored the try, who drove on for a few metres inside the 22.
What about the hair grab here?
Oh, that's not so nice, is it?
No. See South Africa just been held in the ruck there. I think nothing malicious in it.
Oh, it was by one of his own players.
It was his own player. It was his own player. I think it was.
Yes.
Well, he wouldn't. Either way, he wouldn't like it.
No.
Oh, I'm glad it was that, though. Tap forward from the captain, Kyle Brown.
Boss forward 6.
And Nigel, can I report for the very first time today that it has stopped raining, and we are delighted down here sideline.
I bet you are. What a relief for you and the players. Albeit the ball will still be slippery.
Here, the
ground will be equally so. Well, this is a fascinating encounter, this.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Buthango with the feed, just midway through the Fijian half. Well picked up, that was by Talabula, one of the new boys this season. That's nice play by Buthango. Took it at pace. Anticipation was brilliant. Lovely feed off the ground, great offload into the hands of Botia, a new man, Botia. Away by Buthango again. Now Thakau. Lovely offload again. Once more Buthango just slips over on the surface that's so tricky, but Fiji with the step up here into the hands of Sekina Kalu. Kalu, I'll take you on all, he says. Oh, picked up by Thakau. Down just short of the line. There's going to be a penalty, says Anthony Moyes anyway. Number two, is this going to be Prinsloo with a yellow card into the pocket?
The tackle, deliberate infringement.
Deliberate, dangerous tackle.
Wait.
Oh, that changes this game now.
That is a key moment.
Side entry.
But that was mighty play, which we'll talk about soon.
Botia then to Kolonisau, 6 against 7. Desperate moments for South Africa, and the try is there, scored by Nangusa. And look at the delight of the hordes of Fijian supporters. And of course, significantly, the kick is the much easier one. Nasty moment, really, for the man on the bench.
Thanks, man.
To see his team concede a try. I suppose in a way you say, well, I saved one.
Yes. Well,
Here
we won't talk much about that last play at all. It was fantastic, and it showed that Fiji were starting to play with that confidence and getting the ball wide, which we know they can do so well.
the lead by Talabula, 7-5.
And here it was. Look, this was Kalau, the man that you've talked about, and what an offload, which found its target. And here was the tackle on Thakau just short of the line, which produced the penalty. And eventually, look, there are 3 South Africans hanging on to him as he goes across the line, Nangusa.
Yeah, what about the work by Kolini Sao?
Yes, 3 times in that move, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Mostly Buthango was involved, but Kolini Sao just put his weight in behind and drove
Interesting.
Nangusa
Good
over the line.
Kalu's off. He's got a bit of a knock somewhere. There he is. This mighty man, this 27-year-old who over here will have seen him play in Otago. Back now in this beautiful island. So, it's in the melting pot, just 2 points between. And already we're down to within the last 3 minutes for a place in the semi-final. Will it be Fiji against their South Pacific Island rivals Samoa, or will South Africa come back again? Kolini Sao takes the quick one, he's through the middle. The defence was not in position, and Kolini Sao saw the gap. Made it look very easy, but it's quick vision from this little man. Asea Kolini Sao from Suva, and a man who has been a key part of successes of Fiji in recent times.
John, look at that smile. They can see it from dinner rail right now. And you know that they'll all be watching this tournament. They love their 7s in Fiji.
A vital extra 2 points, because it means South Africa are 2 scores behind. Because he was able to take it under the post, and then an easy 2 points with the conversion. Well, you always take a risk with your ribs when you do dives like that, but it's safe. Kolini Sao. Try number 41. Not a bad tally, is it? 14-5, a minute and a bit to go. Fiji then, dominating position and territory. One more and it's wrapped up the shore into the hands of Buthango. He's the part of the Fiji that Thlama is for New Zealand. Still going, but possession is everything at the moment. Frustration for South Africa, just can't get hands on it. And away they go. Naya Thalevu coming on as the replacement off the bench. The drive now with Botia. Oh, lovely support from Buthango. That's class. That's Fiji. Brilliant try to wrap it up.
Absolutely brilliant. South Africa back to 7 players, as you probably noticed. But really, when Fiji get on a roll, as they have been right throughout this second spell, they're too good for most teams. And this, remember, difficult conditions. And watch the offloads and the pickups. Excellent work at the breakdown. Difficult pass, but easily handled. Spinning in the tackle. Half a gap. And then the offload and the dive for the try.
Botti has been involved as well, John. He's the man that tapped the ball back from the line out from the kickoff.
Yeah.
And he had a hand in that pass to Buthango as well.
And the conversion settles it. 21 points to 5. The disappointment for South Africa, but look at the joy in the Fijian camp. So they go through, and once again it will be their South Sea Island rivals Samoa in the Cup semi-final.
That's fantastic. The crowds love this. Pity there's not more there. Conditions improving.
Yeah, that is a shame, isn't it? A lot of people still underneath the stands and parading round and missing some wonderful rugby, which is not the norm. Oh, happy days for Fiji, back in a Cup semi-final again.
Cole, not the result you wanted, obviously. What changed in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just constantly applied pressure in the first half and forced them into making errors. In the second half, we just let them do way too much playing, you know, and they started moving the ball around like they like to. And that was the end of it.
How tough does it become? Because, I mean, you've been on the circuit a wee while now, and every time on day 2, things seems to change.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's so up and down, but at the same time, it's all about consistency that's going to make a successful side out there. If you're not consistent from day 1 to day 2, this is going to happen.
You've got some great players in your team. Obviously, you build on this towards Las Vegas next week.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we build every match we go forward, you know, and we take the positives and the negatives from the game, and we try to learn as much as we can from both of them.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks very much. Thanks a lot.